Hi, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Meeting the CEOs of October. In these episodes, we will introduce to you all the CEOs that we have at October. And as you know, we are active in 5 countries: France, Italy, Spain, the Netherlands, and Germany. And today I invited Gregoire de Lestapis, CEO of October Spain. Hi, Gregoire. Nice to see you.
Hello, Anna. How are you? Very nice to
I'm
share this moment with you.
Thank you very much. Good to have you. Gregoire, in the upcoming 15 minutes, I would like to learn a lot more about who you are, your background, and what vision you have for October and October Spain. But let's start out with the first question. Can you tell us a bit more about your background? So where did you study, where did you work, and how did you end up at October?
Okay, let's go for it. Well, I studied international finance in Paris before starting a 30-year career in banking, with first Bank in the Suez, which was a French investment bank that was acquired by Crédit Agricole, where I stayed for 15 years, and then BBVA, which is a retail Spanish bank, where I stayed for a further 15 years. So it seems that 15 years is my maximum with an organization. This institution allowed me to change position every 2-3 years, both in terms of function and then in terms of geography. I had therefore the opportunity to work in various cities around the globe, started in Jakarta, London, Johannesburg, Madrid, Paris, Chicago, London, all that with Crédit Agricole, and then Madrid, Hong Kong, and Paris with BBVA. And that's in that last position that I had the opportunity to meet Olivier and Patrick early 2016 and got really fascinated by their vision. And that is when I decided to join them in this incredible journey of transforming SME financing thanks to technology.
Perfect. And that's been 5 years so far then.
So far, so good.
Oh, it's a good time. And since the past 5 years at October, what are the challenges and opportunities that you noticed in the Spanish financial market?
Well, Spain, to start with, Spain is a country made of SMEs. Spanish SME account for 99% of total companies in the country and around 70% of unemployment and GDP. So therefore, the market opportunity was there, coupled with a very difficult environment for banks at that time. Indeed, after the financial crisis of 2018, the relationship between SMEs and their bank suffered due to the credit crunch, some financial abuses, and very heavy cross-selling mechanisms. The dependencies on bank was therefore enormous, creating resentment and understanding by the SME of the required diversification of financing sources. Spain is home to very large banks like BBVA, Santander, Caixa, totaling together over 200 million customers worldwide. In terms of market share, the top 5 entities represent 75% of the market. And that is to be compared with about 40% 10 years ago in 2000, at the beginning of the last crisis. Like everywhere else in Europe, the Spanish bank are facing a triple legacy: physical branches, outdated technology platform, and a human mindset which is on the product instead of the customer satisfaction. So therefore, the Spanish banking system has to contend with digitalization, low profit margin, recurring economic crisis, and increasingly strict regulation. As a result, we can say that banks are undertaking measures that include closing branch offices and downsizing to effectively reduce their operating expenses. However, despite 10 years of banking concentration and commercial branches reduction of around 40%, the density of branches in Spain is still the double of the one of any major country in Europe. This downsizing process is still very much in the work in 2021 due to new mergers. And that will happen from now and in the coming years. And that creates an incredibly strong defocus of banks from improving what is vital, the customer experience. If we look on the alternative banking side, we have on one hand a few players from the private equity and debt fund world that are concentrating themselves on very large transactions, let's say about above 10 million euros. And on the other hand, we've got some platforms that are offering short-term and small ticket financing. At October, we are therefore in a blue ocean, as you like to say in the marketing teams. We believe therefore that we can make a change, combining the alternative financing opportunity together with the process efficiency thanks to technology.
Very clear. And if you look towards the upcoming years, what trends do you see in the financial market at this moment and for the future?
Well, I don't have completely a crystal ball. What I can tell you is what we've seen and what we're seeing right now. In 2020, the market got flushed with loans provided by banks with the guarantee of the state. However, a large portion of these loans were a mere transformation of short-term credit lines into long-term financing, hence creating a need of additional liquidity for the SME. In addition, we know that in the banking world, 1 + 1 does not make 2 in terms of credit exposure. And the current mega mergers in the Spanish market will therefore have, we believe, a double effect. On one side, a credit offer contraction, which means less credit to SMEs, and a focus on implementation of the operational expenses reduction objective instead of the customer satisfaction, resulting in less innovation and less transformation. Both aspects makes for October even more relevant for the SMEs.
Okay, so yeah, there's a lot going on in Spain and the financial market and the banking world and alternative financing world. Do these trends differ from, for example, the other October countries?
In some aspects, yes. In others, no. Let's start with the difference. Over the last 10 years, the Spanish banks have been able to offer a very high level of service to the retail customers, thanks to a really profound shift in the digital services offered. I would say that they are most probably the most efficient and digital savvy banks in the retail segment in Europe. The question is, how long will it take them to offer the same level of services to the SME and corporate segment, taking into account what we just mentioned of the perfect storm? Spanish banks are as well extremely efficient in their cross-selling strategy, generating what I call a Stockholm syndrome with the SMEs, who, like many other markets of where October is operating, remain conservative and quite price sensitive, where they overlook the overall cost of all the services attached and the cost of the time and effort that they are spending in satisfying the bank's request. We know that the Spanish bank focus on the retail banking has left the service to the SME quite inefficient, with very cumbersome credit processes across multi-layer risk management structure, resulting in frustration and time consumption for SMEs when looking for financing. This is where we believe that we have an additional role to play, collaborating with the banks with our October Connect, our new neo-lending technology. We like to say we have the will to partner with banks, and that trust that we will find a way to do so in the future.
Okay, so there's a lot coming up for October.
Hopefully.
What can you tell us about the target and the goals this year for October in Spain? So what will you focus on then?
Well, we are quite advanced now in the year. We have this year a triple focus. First, what I call the fill the gap with October Classic, which are financing solution for investment for growth deal around the €1 million target. This crisis is generating opportunities for resilient companies to invest in new markets, to invest in production capabilities, or simply to acquire competitors. And these transactions are too small for the debt fund investment banking type institution, and at the same time are too big or too difficult for the traditional commercial banking network. Over the years, we have developed quite an expertise and a reputation with our partner in that market, and we will continue to do so in the year forward. They trust us on those possibilities. The second focus will be to develop an offer for small ticket between 150 to 250,000 euro, an offer that is scalable, that is leveraging our data and leveraging our scoring model to improve the customer journey through both a unique app dedicated to our partners and a direct access to our partners for our borrowers. The objective here is to be able to provide a credit decision within hours, the famous time to yes, as my good friend Thorsten mentioned in his own German CEO interview. The third objective is to present October Connect, our neo-lending technology, to financial institutions, either as an end-to-end B2B integrated solution or as a modular connection via API for one or several modules like our scoring model or our anti-fraud tools. We are quite busy, as you can.
Quite busy and also very, very ambitious. And for all these ambitious focus and targets, what makes October the company to go for that? So what is typical about October in getting to these goals?
That's a very wide question.
Yeah.
I would say, Anna, that for me, October is unique in so many ways. We say what we do, and we do what we say. Transparency and reputation are a generation of trust. And trust is at the core of the financial service industry. That's where we are. The second point is the customer experience is an obsession within the firm, leveraging technology in order to offer an efficient and differentiated service for our stakeholders. And to be honest, I am fascinated by a constant evolution, building our technology and deploying our wings in 5 European countries at the same time. We started as a traditional lending platform, doing an outstanding job for our retail and first-class institutional investors, while therefore building the data lake and expertise to industrialize our offer for the SME. That's where we are now. But we are going to the next level, adding a new floor to the rocket with October Connect, the neo-lending platform for financial institutions. Finally, I would say that in terms of talent, we have assembled an amazing teams of across 5 countries. They're diverse in origin, gender, experience, all of them striving together to accomplish a mission, which is to empower businesses by simplifying and democratizing their funding.
Cool. And then can you explain a bit more than what makes October a true tech company?
Lots of definition for what is a true tech company, but the way I look at it is that I believe that October we are building something tangible, thanks to the value added by each team member, which is immediately visible, since everyone is part of the construction and is empowered to make his or her contribution. The current organization, whereby we have the CPO team interfacing between the user and the CTO team with a 3-week cycle of delivery, is a real recipe for scalable innovation and implementation. Because we focus on scaling our business to allow sustainable growth thanks to technology improvement, with the goal to satisfy both explicit and as well not so expressed needs of our customers. And that focus now includes banking partners who are interested to use part of our technology to offer themselves a digital process to their customer in order to improve their experience while at the same time controlling their operating costs.
Yeah, clear. And you say we focus on our business. We are building something tangible as well. Within October, we do have some company values. We actually have 5, which is think customer experience first, always improve, enjoy the journey, strive together, and let the sun shine in. Which company value do you identify most with?
Well, all of them, but that doesn't really only answers your precise question. Let's not forget that those values we've decided all together, which they were about 3-4 years ago, and almost all the organization was involved into defining those values. So as far as I'm concerned, I think that think customer experience first and always improve, for me, are my professional favorites, because it is really at the heart of what we do and how we do it. But personally, enjoy the journey is my choice because it represents my way of going through life. I joined October because I found there exceptional people with a rare combination of visionary and operational capabilities. And 5 years later, I am so proud to be part of that diverse team and to participate in the collective construction of what is a unique company leveraging technology. That is the journey that moves me every single day with determination and lots of excitement.
Great. And not only with these company values, but also, of course, your the focus that you have in the upcoming time. We do this for one main goal, to help as many SMEs across Europe. It's also my final question, but I'm very curious. What is your most memorable project so far?
That's a tough one. I would say the first one that was ever financed by October in Spain, because when we did that, it broke the mold of financing platform by the size and the duration of the loan, which was up to then really unseen in the Spanish market. And that was the result of very hard work by all the pioneers of the October team that started this international expansion, allowing cross-border transactions by investors through the first foreign platform approved by the Spanish regulator. For all those reasons, the first one will always be the best one.
Great. And what is the name of that company?
It was on time. So we are always on time.
Great. Well, thank you so much for this, for your explanation and for your answers. That was also my final question. Thanks, and hopefully we'll meet soon again in either Spain, in Madrid, or in Amsterdam. Thanks, Gregoire.
Well, thank you, Anna. I do hope we meet soon all together. We used to always meet the whole team once a year, and I hope that once this confinement is over, after the summer, we may restart with this initiative, which was great to really get together to think about the future, to rebuild the future for the best of the companies. So thank you, Anna, and see you soon somewhere.
For sure. Thanks, Gregoire. Bye.
Bye.